Hello and welcome to VChess. My name is Naiditsch, I am a chess grandmaster and we continue with our educational streams. I will be playing 10-minute rapid games and commenting on the openings, middle games, endgames, tactical ideas, positional motives, etc. Let's go with our first game for today's stream. It is knight f3, we are with the black pieces. Let's try the move c5. Let's see what happens. If our opponent is choosing the c4 lines, yes, we have the move c4, we answer with the move knight on c6. First today to say hello is Hari's first to say. Yes, second to say hello is very difficult to spell. Jarbi. Very difficult. Number 3 is Alexander. Welcome everyone to the stream. Let's go with the move g6. So we are getting quickly the bishop on g7 to avoid this d4 push. d6 to get the bishop into the game. We are still waiting with the move knight f6 or the move e5. Both is possible, and we can also try this h5 push. This is quite interesting. e3. I don't know if this is the right reaction against the h5, because now, of course, the idea is to play the move d4, but question is always how powerful is the move d4, and we have here this kind of special idea now for black. It is to play the move knight h6. The knight is getting to f5. This is the core of this h5. With the knight on f5, we would like to play h4 and also put some pressure here in the center. Next, after d4, we have options like, for example, bishop g4. So we are trying to provoke white into playing the move d5. I like this bishop on g4 because it's so flexible. And d5 is usually not the best way to play for white. We are acting against the center now immediately. We also have this option of queen c8 and bishop on h3. We have the option somewhere to play the move h4. So the game is getting very complex. I don't think it is a sort of advantage for black or similar to that. No, absolutely not. But I believe that these positions are just very interesting. We have queen on b3, attacking the pawn on b7. We can defend it by playing queen on c8. This is easy. We have knight on a5, also very interesting, going for the c4 pawn, but I think this is more complex. So let's go with the move maybe queen on c8 as we planned. Bishop h3 somewhere. We can also, of course, castle to keep the king in safety. We have this knight f5 option, so many options. It makes the game just so difficult to play when you have to choose from 3-4 different options. When you have to face many threats simultaneously, the things are getting usually very tricky. So welcome everyone to VChess. To those of you who are new here, we do educational streams, so we try to get a little better with every stream. For those of you who are more often here, push the like button to get the algorithm on YouTube going. Alright, now that our opponent took on c5, this can be good and can be bad. It is bad because now we are dominating actually the center already with the black pieces. So this is a bad part for white. White is aiming to be quickly attacking the pawn on c5. It makes sense, but once again, it is a dangerous play for white from the strategical point of view. What can we do here? We have this beautiful bishop now on g7. There might be some tricks. We can maybe eventually play this knight on e5, but then there is this check there somewhere. I don't think we should let this check happen. So let's proceed with a very normal b6, I think. Just defending the pawn on c5, because now we're doing so well strategically. It means even short castle would do. We have somewhere queen f5 ideas, attacking the knights. We have this bishop h3, what would be normal to change. So yeah, many options here for black. Let me read the chat for a second. How many years you have been streaming? Just recently started. I think a couple of months ago, maybe 1.5 months that I'm doing now. Very frequently. So yeah. Let's see what happens next. Many good mornings and hellos in the chat, of course. Hello to everyone. Now we have the move bishop on d2, and it gives us a couple of opportunities. For example, something like this, but I don't know if this is the best. This is a thing, because knight will go back. We have this bishop e2, but everything is hanging here in the long diagonal, so I'm not so sure if we should do that. We have options of attacking the knight on e4, because the knight will have to go back. Also possible, so many options also here for us to choose from. What should we do? So he is going to play bishop here. This is obvious. We have this knight there. Very interesting option. I like it. So let's go maybe short castle, because I think to play for attack is now a little bit difficult since all the white pieces are in the game. We have to think if we should go with knight on a5. I like this knight a5, but the queen will be going somewhere. Let's say queen here. We can play bishop f5. Looks interesting. Looks interesting. This is possible play. Also, we have queen e6 somewhere. The problem with this move is that we give him knight e5 somewhere, so it makes eventually the game for white a little bit easier. I would not like to give him this kind of easy play. To play e5 is possible, but to give up on the d6 square, I am not sure if this is the best. Of course, we have a normal position here, but we are trying to find a way to get eventually a little bit better play with the black pieces, which is of course not easy, because position is just not easy. Maybe we should change the bishop. It's usually quite good to change the bishop, so I think I will go for it. It's just so useful. On the other hand, we have this pin here on the d file, so maybe we should bring the rook first to d8, or maybe it's time to get the knight into the game, but then we have this h3 idea somewhere. Also interesting to play the move f6, not to give him any kind of changes. I think f6 also looks like a very, very interesting solution. What should we do here? Many options. I don't know what is the best. Maybe even to play the move f6. Let's try with the move f6. It looked a little bit weird, but we are not changing our bishop yet. We would like to go knight f7 next, so we keep all these complications on the chessboard. And of course, I do see that we have potentially g6 like a weak point, but I think the position is just so complex. To get to the g6 pawn is very, very difficult. In case of, let's say, knight h4, we have king h7. Next, we would like to play knight f7. There's only d file, which is free now. We have the bishop on g4 controlling somewhere, so we have the pin. Eventually, the knight will get over f7 to e5. We keep the option of playing f5 in the right moment. So again, we are keeping all the options available. As we thought, he is attacking, but I also have the move queen e8 to defend it. Like rock solid, so I don't think this is a dangerous attack, at least not at the moment. We have also knight f5, just changing the knight on h4 as an option next. g6 is pretty well defended in my opinion, especially that we have this queen e8 in case we need it, so I don't feel that we are in danger here. Is it possible to play knight on f5 as we planned? I think it looks pretty decent. So let's go with the move knight f5. The knight is out of the game, so we just change the knight now. And we see what happens next. We have this pin here. This is a little bit unpleasant, but for the moment it is not dangerous, so it's a very, very fighting position. Eventually we would like to get the queen to e6, attacking here the pawn on c4. Many options. Many options. So the game is interesting because it is just so rich on ideas for white, for black. I don't know if black is doing better, but I think black is not doing worse. Wow. Knight takes g6. Is this working for white? Okay, I'm gonna take, of course. h3. Very nice idea by our opponent, but again, we have to see if this is a good idea. It's a very, very beautiful idea, but sometimes beautiful ideas are just beautiful ideas, because, for example, we can take, he takes, we take, he takes, then I take here, knight f2. Wow. Wow, that this is working, amazing. This is quite amazing, because it was not looking so dangerous, but if this works, of course, this means trouble for black. So I think I should get my rook here, because I don't think I have something else. This was very strong move, because I thought maybe it doesn't work, but it is working. So I will be trying at least to get some counterplay now on the h-file. But this was good play by our opponent, very, very strong play. Knight g6, followed by the move h3, spectacular play. What can I say? Very, very strong. Now we are being under pressure. Still we have the h-file to our play, so it's not like we're doing super bad, but yes, we are under pressure. The king will be going here to f7 next, then I'm gonna play the move e6, so still, position is pretty close, pretty safe. I mean, relatively safe, but fantastic play by our opponent to take and to play this h3. Very, very nicely done. Next, should we give him the pawn on g4? I don't think so. So let's keep the pawn alive by playing knight h6. Next move is f5. We have this idea of knight f7, knight on g5 later, so in case we also change the bishop here, we have this knight on e5. Position remains very, very complex. f4, he tries to checkmate us. Not a bad try, I mean, very, very good play, I think, by our opponent in this crazy position. Now we need to think, because we have many options. Once again, we have this f5 trying to be safe, but with the f4, I'm not sure that I should do that. Normally I should be taking there, but problem is queen takes. Everything is under attack here. The knight on c6 might fall. This is a problem, this is an issue. We have this queen on g4. Endgames should be fine for black, but I'm afraid I'm gonna lose the knight, and this might be worse for me. So what should we do here actually? Maybe I should play the move f5 just to be solid before I'm not getting checkmated. So let's go with the move f5. Yes, I understand the bishop is so powerful, but we will also have our own advantages there. So let's see again. Let's see how the game is going to develop. The game is still very, very unpredictable here because of many options for both sides. He is playing there. I think I should try to change. I'm afraid to take first on c3 because there is going to be bc, and then when he's going to play the move e4, I don't have any longer the move knight on d4, so... But our opponent is playing fantastic game. I cannot call it differently, it is just a fantastic game. I think I should go with a check. Should I? He's gonna take there with a check. Okay, I think we should play this one. Next, he's going obviously to take. But what a game by our opponent. I mean, we have to say this is very, very impressive play. Extremely impressive play. Still, position remains, as you can see, quite completely crazy because so many options on the board for white and for black. But very, very impressive play by our opponent. He plays fantastic game. Let's see what is going to happen next. Everything here is under attack. Very difficult to say. Maybe we are still more or less doing alright here with the black pieces, but the next couple of moves will decide about the outcome of the game. But very, very impressive play by our opponent. I cannot call it differently. Fantastic game. So, queen is under attack. I would like to take. There we have this knight of 3 check somewhere, like a security for doing alright. So, I'm not very much scared but we are doing much worse here. The question is, can we try to get better play? Bishop e4 also coming next. Wow. But the guy is like a machine, I would say. So strong. Every move is so strong. Where can we put the rook? Bishop e4 is so unpleasant. Rook is hanging. But wow, what a play, because he allows us also this knight on c2, but I think it doesn't work. Amazing play by the guy. I mean, huge play, absolutely huge. What can I say? I think we have to take, because there is nothing better. Now he's gonna take. We can play this knight on f3, take. Then there is this check. Whew, so complicated. So complicated. I think I'm gonna take here, because otherwise we might get checkmated. This position is still so complex, because yes, we're gonna lose the rook, but then we have this knight on f3 coming next. But just unreal play by our opponent. I don't know how he can play so well, because we are just getting outplayed here by the guy. And I don't think I'm playing a bad game. I'm playing a very decent game. Little time on the clock. I have to play quicker. So now the knight is gonna take a beautiful position on f3. It gives us definitely some compensation. The question is, how big is the compensation? Rook f7. Wow. Very unexpected move. No, but he's playing fantastic. He didn't even play this because it would be so easy to miss. Fantastic play by our guy. No, but I think we cannot fight him because he is just too good. The game he plays is just unreal. Every move is so strong. We are basically not getting even chances for the moment to come back, which is again a little bit weird because I'm not playing a bad game at all. So good play by the guy. Very high level. We have the knight, so we have the compensation. I would like to capture one of the files next. White is now doing obviously better, but we have a good counterplay having the knight on f3 plus the pawn walking, so let's see if we can be back to the game, but he plays fantastic, what can I say? I think I have to go here to try to check the guy. I don't have something else. What a game! What a game! Quite crazy game, I would say. But a very high level game, by the way. I think both of us... Wow, rook on d6, why? Why he plays this? Now it's strange, he gives me just king e4 after such a game. I mean, like, unbelievably good play. He is just giving me this idea, king e4 for nothing. Wow. No, but this is... something strange is going on again, because he played unbelievably well. And now we are pushing here with black for a win. I don't know if we can win the current position, but we definitely have some chances of winning. So let's go here to take the pawn. And this has been unbelievable game again by the guy. He played fantastic. He played just fantastic, and now we are maybe even doing better with the black pieces. So let's give him a check. Check. Where is the king going? Let's try to collect the pawn. We are hiding. Let's take. Let's give a check. Let's give a check. And let's get the knight back. Okay, we're gonna collect more. The pawn is walking. Just on time to win the game, but very, very strange game because in the beginning he played unbelievably well. I don't know how to play so strong like our opponent in the beginning. Fantastic play by the guy, just unbelievable well play. We've been fighting also quite decently. I think we had a good game. Step by step we've been fighting in this kind of unbelievably complex position, and in the end we are winning, but first I think he just outplayed us with incredible play. For those of you who've been watching all the games, this knight takes g6, h3, then he plays e4 immediately, like fantastic, just fantastic play by our opponent. Let's go with the next game. So let's go with the move c4, knight on c3. Let's try to play the English now, reverse. Last game we had the English with black, now c6. No English here, so it's gonna be the Slav. And I'm gonna show you Slav exchange. It looks like a very, very simple position. So Slav exchange, not so many players are playing it actually, because they... oh, knight on d5, so no more Slav exchange position, because usually Slav exchange would be c takes d5. Now we have knight takes d5, so we can capture the center. No more Slav exchange, because I thought it would be interesting to try to play Slav exchange with the white pieces. I think we would get quite interesting positions. In case you like my comments, please do subscribe, push the like button so we have the algorithm going. e5, actually not a bad play, because the idea is to sacrifice a pawn and to be alright for black, but the question is, can I take the pawn? Let's, usually I would think I should play knight f3, but we can also take the pawn. So we're gonna have now very interesting position just for you guys to see how the game is going to develop after taking, because it's not a bad idea for black to... oh, he doesn't change. I think he should have changed the queens. To play queen a5 looks a little bit too risky. In case of black, I would never play something like this. And now we have the choice to protect the pawn on c3, then get this knight f3 with a tempo, but even better in this position in most of the cases. So please pay attention to this position, because it is crucial to understand. Better is to play the move knight f3, so we don't care about the pawn on c3. We will get as active as we can and as fast as we can. Knight on f3 defending the pawn on e5. We give him the pawn on c3, that's fine. And bishop g4, so he is not taking the pawn on c3, he should have taken. So twice he doesn't do the right decision, in my opinion. He should have changed the queens to go for endgame. He should have taken now the pawn, because there is nothing left except this. We have the move bishop g4, but I don't know if this is a good play, because we have queen on b3, very simple way to defend the pawn on c3, plus we would like to play this bishop c4, going for the f7 pawn. We are going for the b7 pawn. So for example, here to take b7 is too early, c3 is hanging, so we take first the bishop. And we have the idea of queen b7 in case we can. This position is looking like very risky play for black. White pieces are just so active. Of course, let's see what happens next, but I think we have a good start of the current game. Alright, welcome everyone to VChess. We have educational streams here. I'm commenting on the games that I'm playing, rapid games for the moment. Yesterday we did some tactics. I hope you enjoyed this kind of tactics session. I think it was fun. we solved some puzzles. We've been listening to the music in the background, so quite an enjoyable session. Now we are back to the rapid games. So, what can we do here? Pawn is under attack. That's alright. We have bishop c4. Probably the queen has to go back to e7. Not a beautiful place for the black queen, but bishop is getting stuck there. I think looks nice for white, no? Why not to play this bishop on c4? In case we would take the pawn on b7 first, there is this queen c3 check, so I was not 100% sure. Could have been played, but it looked like a little bit suspicious, and yeah, there'd been no reason to do that. So, alright. Let me see, what do we have in the chat? There is a question if I had some fork somewhere. Yeah, could be. Could be. Very, very possible, of course. Very, very possible that I have missed something. This is very normal. I mean, to miss something in a rapid game, blitz game, this is very, very normal. Perhaps, yeah. I don't know. Maybe, yeah. Queen on e7. Let's calculate a little bit. Do we have something crazy like this? Bishop a3 move? I don't think so. So let's go with the move a4. I like the move a4. Why do we play the move a4? First of all, we avoid this b5. So the pressure on the b7 is quite big. Then we would like to play bishop a3. He's not defending against bishop a3. Maybe he likes to go queen on c7, but I'm not 100% sure if this is good for black. Looks risky and looks risky. On the other hand, now that we have this pressure on b7, we can also play this simple bishop on f4, just developing the pieces. He would like eventually to go knight a6 and get the knight on c5. Is it possible? Maybe. We can get the rook from g1 over g5 into the game. Also looks very, very interesting, and we can play the simple move rook on b1. How to defend the pawn on b7? Is there a defense of the pawn? Not so easy to find the defense, so let's get maybe rook on b1. It feels so good to have the rook on b1. This pressure on b7 might be very difficult to hold for black. In case of rook a7, we have this bishop on e3 next. So, quite interesting, quite interesting. Let's see. What do we have? We have ideas by some kind of bishop on g5. Yes, it's very, very interesting, but the question is it a checkmate? If take, we have this queen on b7 somewhere, I understand. So bishop g5, queen goes away to c7. What is the next move? Is the question. So the question is always, do we need this kind of things? It is not bad, definitely. But the question is, again, is it something that we need? Because there are so many options here for white. We have to choose just one. And I like this rook on b1. As I always say, get your pieces first in the game. And then let's see what happens next. Sometimes we are capable of doing something prior to the development of the pieces, but in most of the cases, it is not the right try. So even if you have many interesting options, because your position is already quite good, still, to bring pieces into the game is usually the best, except there is something tactical that is immediately crushing, then yes, of course. So, very conservative play by me, but I like this kind of conservative rook on b1, just getting the pawn here on b7. He plays the move b5, so he panics, he gives us the pawn. Okay. By the way, there is a little idea also here, but I think we just take now. Just to take, why not? He saw no way to defend the pawn, so he gave us the pawn. Now knight on d7, so he's giving us the second pawn. Well, okay, we're gonna take the second pawn. We say thank you. He gives us some material, we are just taking it, and he panicked. He panicked because he saw no way to fight against the pressure on the b file. So sometimes, or in most of the cases, there is no need to win the game. Usually opponents are losing the game, so this is quite a big difference. In most of the cases, just play solid and it's enough to win the game. By the way, we have here a beautiful finish move. So I will be pushing the F. Boom! Once you see the F, there is something spectacular on the chessboard. We have, I think, a very nice winning move here with white. Yes, we do have many winning options, but there is one that is just finishing the game straight away. I give you 20-30 seconds to think about the next move. So yeah, white to play. White is winning what could be a forced win. We have many wins. We are just 2 pawns up. Of course, it is a winning position, but we have a straight win here. For white, I give you 10 more seconds. Please write your options in the chat. What do you think should be played next here with the white pieces? And then I will be playing the move. Alright. By the way, for those of you who are our members, you have the F push panda emoji. So, quite nice one. Indeed, it is the move Queen B8. Look at this beautiful queen sacrifice. And it is not only leading to massive changes, as it seems like Queen D8 is the only move because there's nothing else. Now we play the move C7. Boom. We are protecting the rook on b8, there is a pin, and it is resignation. So our opponent, he chose a very risky strategy in the beginning of the game. He should have gone for the endgame. Instead, he plays with a king in the center, and this is where you are getting punished for that. I see Queen B8 in the chat. Yeah, very good. Very good. In case you are able to see this kind of things quite quick, this is already quite a good level, so excellent. So, our opponent is resigning. So yeah, quite a nice win with the white pieces. Not so hard like we had it in the previous game, where our opponent, for some couple of moves, been just outplaying us, and I had to search for resources not to resign. Then the endgame that we had, it was already quite a good endgame for black. I mean, was good. It was pretty unclear. Oh, our opponent doesn't like to play us. All right. He just aborted the game. So let's search for a new one. Oh, I see a comment like opponent had a very poor game. I don't think he had a very poor game. It looks like that. It looks always easy when things are going the right direction, but in fact, it's not so. It's not like he had a poor game. It's just a couple of unlucky circumstances, couple of decisions, which been not the best, and yeah, then it looks like a poor game. So, but actually, to play the strengths of our opponents is not easy at all. So, Sensei is saying just answer because people don't like to be ignored. Sensei, I think I will answer whoever I like, and whoever I don't like, I will be not answering. Especially, you are not even a member of this channel. There are many people who are members for a long time. They are supporting the channel. Sensei, you should learn to behave. What can I say? This is not a nice behavior. You can maybe visit some different channels where you will get some answers from people who are similar to your attitude. Alright, so by the way, let me see what Sensei wanted. Just I'm curious, what was the so urgent stuff? So Sensei is saying, why are you not playing with strong viewers? I'm rated higher than your opponent. Okay, Sensei, so congrats. I will be never playing you on this channel because your behavior is just terrible. I am first of all not playing against strong or weak viewers. I'm playing everyone. What a nonsense by Sensei. So Sensei, you will never play me again. I will never play you because it's just nonsense. It is also not pay to play because I'm playing everyone. You just need to be active member of our community, do good things, and I'm always very, very fair, so... Let's go back to what we have here on the chessboard. We have the French. In this French, white is doing just slightly better. Not much, but slightly. The ideas are often here to play the c3, get the queen to e2, and then the rook on d1. We're trying to act against the move c5. This is what happens in most of the cases. So we can start maybe with the move queen on e2, preparation for the move rook on d1. Once again, the main idea is to cancel the move of black c5, so in case we can. We are doing usually slightly better with white. b6, getting the bishop to b7, yes, perfectly fine play. We have rook on d1, putting the pressure here on the d file. So... Alright. Okay, let's not pay too much attention to Sensei. Let's focus again on positive things on the stream. We should go good direction. Enjoy the stream, analyze some ideas, maybe learn a couple of things here from the games. Let's not focus on negativity. So, that's it. The topic with Sensei is closed. Alright, let's have the knight on e5. This is a good knight. Next, we will be playing c3, for example, getting the bishop out, and mostly these positions are slightly better for white. g6, it helps us to play the move bishop h6, so I think black should not play the move g6, at least not so early. I understand there's the idea of queen takes d4 somewhere, no more check, but after the move g6, there is still no queen on d4 because we have the bishop takes g6. Maybe there's an idea of queen on d5 next. That's why let's go with the move c4. We are advancing a little bit here in the center. The pawn f7 is going to be a weak pawn. We have this beautiful bishop on h6. White is putting some pressure on black, but of course it is just the beginning of the game. So let's go. Let's go. Let's think what can happen next in the current game. Always try to think for both white and black, so this is crucial. Never rest during a game. Even if you are playing rapid game, blitz game, classical game, of course blitz game we don't have time, but even in a classical game, don't try to rest too much, so try to be always active if it's not your turn. Still, try to think what could be played, what could be our idea. And in case you manage to predict a couple of moves, it will give you huge advantage on time plus securities, like you're feeling more safe. In case you can predict the moves of your opponent, it gives you feeling of safety. You say, yes, I saw it. And in case a move comes as a big surprise, then sometimes we panic because we have this kind of element of surprise. Even if the move is not the best, still we are surprised. Still we say, oh, I have missed it, and then this kind of bad feeling is just there. Now knight on d7 is being played. He would like to change the knight on e5. This is normal. So we have the good knight, he wants to change it. We have the bishop e4 idea, also very normal. So we are aiming for this kind of plus equal position for the next 100 moves. And let's go for this plus equal. I will show you that this is not an easy hold for black. So we play the move bishop on e4. Let me know your opinion. What do you think about this position? Probably he's going to take the knight because there is nothing else, and we're gonna take with the d-pawn. So this is the idea. We are doing more active. No, he doesn't take the knight, so I think he should have taken the knight on e5 because now it's even more unpleasant potentially. I have this knight on c6 and it feels like, well, quite nasty for black. I think so, at least. There are some tricks. I don't see tricks. So I think we can play the move knight on c6 with a knight on c6. Feels just unpleasant. Knight on d7 can go to f6, but it's not dangerous. The knight on c6 is covering the d8 square, very strategically important square, because the rook cannot get any longer to the d file, and this gives the white easy and I would say better play. But again, it is not like much better. No, of course not. It is slightly better for white, but we are pushing step by step. Alright, alright. So, let's again stop the discussion about Sensei, please. Let's stop this nonsense talk, because it doesn't matter. Let's focus on the position. Let's focus on getting a little bit better at chess. So, Queen on f6. Now I have a decision to take. And should I change the bishop? Or should I keep the bishop? And actually this decision is not easy, because bishop f4 is, by the way, looking quite nice. Getting immediately towards the pawn on f7. These decisions are hard to take, because it looks like, yes, we are doing better after taking. And then we maybe have this rook f3 and idea that is coming next. The rook here, beautiful position for the white rook. On the other hand, black is a little bit squeezed. So the moment you see that your opponent is squeezed, it means that you have more space. More space, it means usually don't change your pieces, because you give your opponent sort of, as less pieces are on the board, as less space is important. So very hard decision to take. I think both is good. To take is good, and to go back or e3 is also a good idea. Maybe black is planning this e5 move, so I need to be a little bit cautious that e5 is not working. How can I do that? How can I be sure that e5 is not working? I can only do that by playing bishop f4, or I can do that by taking on f8 and just controlling the e5 square, for example, with rook e1, followed by the move rook to d1, or rook on d3, rook f3, so we get more active. Hard to say, again, what is the best here? Both looks to me very, very good. Write down your opinion. What would you do here? Would you change, or would you go away? This is, I think, 50-50 decision. I like maybe just to take first, but we could have done also bishop f4. So, bishop f8. And this kind of decisions, by the way, you have to take them slowly, this kind of decision. So, no rush on deciding to take or not to take, because in case you rush, then from slightly better or medium better, you might go quickly into equal. This kind of decisions are very, very important. In case you want to squeeze your opponent, take your time. Oh, F. Boom. We have the boom on the board. So, for those of you who are members here, we have the boom. It means emoji. Panda F emoji. Yes, Bean is sending us the emoji. I see, very, very nice. Yes, it is an easy win, way to play, but still, it is an F. It is an F. So, too easy to miss. Knight on e7, but we see that our opponent is 2168 and he has missed his tactics. So, obviously, it's easy to say, it's easy to comment on the games, and actually it's so difficult to play the game. I think most of you know that it's so hard during your own game not to miss something, and so easy to comment on somebody's game. Yeah, chess is just so difficult. All right, of course. The game is over immediately, queen down, so our opponent resigns. We start a new one. We have the Italian game here with the move bishop on c4. Italian became very popular, I would say, 7 years ago. Before that, not so many players been playing the Italian game, actually. So now it got very popular. We have the short castle. Usually knight takes e4. This is a way to play against the short castle, because this move is working now. That's why mostly white should play the move d3 before castling short side. Knight on c3. This looks like some kind of tricky line. Looks like a tricky bad line probably, but I have no idea what is the point of this move. Knight on c3. Let's think a little bit, because there should be a point. I just don't see a point. In case I just take, what happens? Probably dc is forced. We go bishop e7 to avoid this knight on g5. Maybe he plays queen on d5, short castle, takes the pawn on e5, and this is just completely equal. So potentially our opponent, he wants to equalize the game by playing the move knight on c3. What a weird idea. This is really very weird idea. White to play for being equal with the white pieces straight from the opening. So we can go back knight f6 because knight on g5. I think I have to move d5. So this is okay. We go back. He plays d4 almost certainly, but it also looks fine for black. I don't know. Maybe I just go back because white to make a draw. Yeah, to take is alright, but why not to try at least to get slightly better here with the black pieces? I don't know if it's gonna work to get a better position, but we can try. He is attacking the pawn on e5, so we can go bishop e7 again. This is pretty equal. In case we defend the pawn by playing d6, there is this kind of d4 idea. This is a little bit too dangerous. In case we go d5, he's going to take the here, and this is also equal. So I think we should go with the move bishop e7 because we don't have something better. And yes, it is a more or less an equal position, but it's playable, so it's fine. Maybe we will get a chance to get like slightly better with the black pieces because all of this is looking like something super weird with white. We're gonna play d5 very soon, and we hope to get a little bit better play here. How to make the d5 work? Usually you make it work by playing d6 followed by the move d5 or by the move c6. I like the move c6, feels so stable. This d3 play also feels weird because why not to put the pawn to d4? So our opponent is playing strange game, I would say. We are, of course, proceeding with move d5, so we block the bishop completely on b3. In this position, only black might be trying to get slightly better play. So this is a very nice position for black. We can put the bishop here on d6, because why not? Bishop is doing so well on d6. Look at the bishop on b3. And white to play d3, at least you would have the pawn on d4, so exactly the same, but the pawn is on d4, obviously much better placed than on d3. I don't know, our opponent is playing a strange game, he has a very high rating. This is usually not a play of a high rated guy to get bishop on b3 completely blocked by the black pawns, so play of our opponent is a bit strange. It's not a high level play. Alright, let's continue. What can we do here? Normal would be to play h6, so I'll just proceed with this kind of normal ways of playing in this position, and I think also g5 is normal. g5 sometimes is dangerous, but currently it is not, because we have safety measures around the black king are very high, so there's no problem in playing something like the move g5. Is it a must? Obviously not. We can play also like bishop f5, bishop g4. So just to get out with our pieces would be also something normal in this position. But I like the move g5 because we get a little bit more complex structure after that, and eventually more complex structure means you have more chances of outplaying your opponent, so we are going to take. You will see that this structure is not always a good structure, and take a look at the next idea by black. So we play queen d6, this is very useful, bishop d7 and rook e8, so bishop on b3, completely out of the game. Our strategy, so simple, we play against the bishop on b3. Now he plays the move d4, so he is losing a tempo on all these adventures, which means next move should be somewhere with a knight, and then he wants to go c3 and bishop c2, so it takes a lot of time. We have time to get out with our bishop. And the idea here for black is to play this knight on g4 in the right moment, because we have this queen g6, queen h5. It would be just almost deadly for white. In case I get this knight on g4, queen g6, and there, this is game over. Also, we have idea of h5, h4, but this is difficult to make because there is queen on d2 coming next. How can we proceed in this position? Let's think. If we have this knight on g4 idea to get queen on g6, there is f3. I mean, it's possible, but maybe it is not the best. So, what else can we do here? We have this simple bishop f5. I like the move bishop f5 because it is so well positioned there. So, let's go with the move bishop on f5, maybe knight e4 somewhere, maybe rook e8 somewhere. I'm not so scared of move rook on e5 because we just go back and then we have this knight on g4 with a tempo. So obviously black is doing better. But the question remains, it is not easy to win these positions. This is a thing. Better, yes. If it is a win, of course not. So the game has just begun. We are just trying to build up something where we might be able to push for a win. He plays the move queen on f3, quite unusual. Also put the queen on f3, this would be something more usual. So, should we go bishop g4 with a tempo? The queen goes here, then we play the move rook e8. This looks very good, at least to me. So I will be playing the move bishop g4. And why is the queen on d3 not doing too well? Because I'm controlling now the file. This is the thing, with the queen on d2. Now, check this thing. If the queen is here, then white can take on e8 and play the move rook e1. So white needs to change the rooks, obviously. And with black, now that there is no queen on d2, to change, it's gonna be not an easy thing for white. How to change both pair of rooks? There might be ways, or you might play queen on d2, but it is a loss of a tempo. So again, we're gaining some time for something. I don't know if we're still doing much better. We're step by step trying to increase our advantage. These positions are, of course, very difficult to win because still the structure is pretty equal. But our idea to play against the bishop on b3. So this is a very, very long-term idea. We might also play this kind of b5, f3. He makes weak the pawn on g3. What is that? What is the move of our opponent? I don't understand this like at all, because we are even capable of taking there and just taking the pawn on g3. Why is he giving us this kind of opportunity? A little bit hard to understand. What's the point? Is there a point, or is this just a blunder? I don't know. It looks to me to be just a blunder. Of course, we can also take first queen on g3, take. In case he takes, we have this rook on e3. There is some kind of knight e2 idea. Okay, no, not sure if this is working or not, but I think we can just grab the pawn, no? Is there something I'm missing? I don't know. I don't know what I'm missing, so I will be taking the pawn on g3 because in general, this kind of play is so weird to play f3 because you are giving up on all the squares, but now I think we can just take the pawn. So I don't see any kind of trick here for white. Maybe there is a trick, but I just don't see it. So for the moment, we took the pawn. The rook is under attack. He tries to be active with the rook on e7, but this is not very dangerous for black. We can just simply go away to c8, defending the pawn on b7. We took the pawn on g3, and yeah. Okay, step by step, knight on e2. So let's go back with our queen now to d6. We are controlling everything here. Everything is under control. It is well protected, no tricks. The next stage is to change a couple of pieces, and I think we're gonna be just winning here with a black. So rook e8, I think. Let's change. We are acting according to our plan. Once we have something more on the chessboard, we are simplifying the game. So extra material, simplification. This is usually the best play in most of the cases. We have c3, alright, so now we're gonna take. Again, very, very simple. He wants to get the bishop there, so we play bishop on f5, just not to allow the bishop to come back into the game. Very simple play. Next, king f8, just to be safe. Then we might change the queens in case we need. I don't know if we should change the queens, let's see what happens, but we can't change the queens. The bishop is still out of the game. So our long-term strategy to play against the bishop on b3 is currently working. We said in the beginning of the game that this is our target. The bishop on b3 should not go into the game, and indeed the bishop is not yet in the game. What do we have in the chat section here? There's some discussion. All right, in case you have some questions, please write them in the chat. If I see your questions, I will be answering them. If not, we have many good people in the chat who are for sure able to help you out, so don't be shy with your questions, just ask them. There are no bad questions, except your question makes no sense. So f4, our opponent is trying to get to g5, but I think I can just play the move g4, for example, with the square e4. Tasty square. This is a very tasty square. On the other hand, I don't need to play against... I can change the queens, for example. Looks also very good. I have this knight on g4 option, but there are some tricks eventually, but also these tricks are not really working. I don't know if I should go knight on g4. Looks completely winning, to be honest, for black. I don't see even chances of saving position like this for white. We have this simple move g4 looking very strong because there is no counterplay whatsoever. I think I'm gonna play just a simple move g4, maybe queen e5 is the idea of our guy, so let's go. Let's go first with the move queen e6, just to ask him, do you like to play this kind of horrible endgame with very little chances for survival, or you would like to let me dominate the e-file? This kind of question is sometimes very hard to be answered by your opponent, so you're putting a hard decision on your opponent, because both is looking terrible. So your opponent might say, oof, this is looking so bad, and also it makes him very upset. In case your opponent doesn't see any kind of chances to be back to the game, this is just a very upsetting situation. So also psychologically, it is sometimes quite a nice trick to go for an endgame, which is a much better endgame. So now we have the knight on e4. This position should be a win for black. We would like maybe to play the move bishop g4 just to grab the second pawn. Of course, let's see what happens next. He will be taking, he will be taking on g5. We will be taking back, then we are advancing here, and the king is coming, f4, etc. So it's gonna be a long game here. It's not a fast win, but it might be a safe win, and this is the key. The key is to win a game without giving any major chances to your opponent. This is the most important. So there's nothing more important than with not giving too many chances to escape for your opponent. In case you're capable of doing things like that, it means you are a high-level chess player, because this is one of the most important things. So we are getting with our king. Of course, we're just going forward. I don't know what is the idea of this move a3. Maybe there is an idea, but I don't see it. Now, maybe even bishop f5 is looking like a nice move, because I don't like the guy to have any kind of counter chances. To change the bishops is the next way. And we know that in knight endgames, they can be often evaluated as pawn endgames. Knight endgames, pawn endgames, more or less the same from the evaluation point of view. Of course, not so easy like pawn endgames, but it is more harder, but evaluation is the same. Knight endgame with a pawn up is winning in most of the cases. Not always, but most of the cases. So we play the move b6, very nice, pawn b6 against the knight on b3. Step by step we are advancing. There is no rush, so step by step. Without rushing anything here, then... Oh, he takes. Wow, I'm so surprised about the taking. What is this? Okay, I think I'm gonna take with the bishop. I'm surprised he takes, because what is the play here for white? This looks like a complete game over. There will be no moves for white in the current position. So, I think f4 next. The king is getting to f5, and it should be over. So we are getting closer with our king. We can also take there. I think it doesn't matter, because the bishop is better than the knight. So we will find a way to get through here. We have also this a5, a4, very beautiful to fix the structure of white. And we are going to find a way. For example, there's one way to play c5, take, and then the king will be running here, running, and we will be somewhere on the queen side. To save a game like that is basically impossible, because it's not only a bad position, it's also like you're gonna get into Zugzwang at some moment. We have the move b3 being played. What is the idea of that? I don't know. So I'm playing just the move king f5. Slowly we are advancing. Again, I don't believe in these positions that there is any kind of option for any kind of Zugzwang or something similar. This he wants to take or what? Take, b5. We're gonna take, so everything is just in time. So let's go with the move king on g4. We would like to take the pawn. He takes. Now, of course, we take back with a king. Next move is going to be the move g4. And once again, the bishop is perfectly protecting white knight from moving to some unpleasant places. So let's go with the move, I think, bishop on g6. In case of check, we are entering there the position of white. He gives us this opportunity immediately. All right. Now we should just put our pieces to safe positions. We're getting ready to sacrifice here by playing the move g3. So to save a game like that, there is no way to do that. White has literally no compensation whatsoever here. Personally, I don't know what is the idea of white. Let's just put the pawn there because I would like to protect it by playing the move. Let's take. So again, we try to play easy moves, protecting the pawn, and next we will be sacrificing, and I think next we're gonna take both pawns away of white here. So the knight has to be moved, and then everything is going to fall. Yes, it was not a quick win, it is a step-by-step win, but this is what I told you guys very early stage of this endgame, that it's gonna take a while to win this position. This is absolutely normal. It takes time. It takes time to win positions like that, but on the other hand, it's a very safe win, so it's not like you are wasting your time for nothing. Safe win, step by step, and yeah. Let's see what happens next. Our opponent is having this kind of deep thought. Alright, he wants to take the pawn on c6. This is fine, because we have this bishop on b7. We are winning the pawn on d4, and later we win the pawn on a5. This should be just an easy win in my opinion, because to hold positions where the a pawn is walking, it is usually not possible. Let's go here to take the pawn on a5. And the pawn is just walking. The bishop is protecting perfectly the pawn on d5 to escape here with the white pieces. I don't think it is possible, so this is not objective. Let's go here. And the pawn is going to start moving. We have also this king, king on c3 just to block the white king, just in case. It seems like there is no way to save this endgame. In case you like my comments and you are enjoying this kind of games, push the like button. In case you're not yet subscriber, subscribe to VChess for the educational streams. Thank you very much for that. King on c3, beautiful block. This is a monster block. The pawn is walking. Bishop c6, a little bit supporting this a4 push next. And that's it. So step-by-step win. Maybe I could have won the game quicker. But step-by-step, very safe win in my opinion. So we are winning the game like without giving any kind of chances to our opponent. Now the pawn is obviously promoting. So we give a little check here. And look at that. Bishop again, the knight on c1. Our opponent continues the fight. Wow. That's it. That's it. He resigns, and that's it. Let's offer a rematch. Maybe he's upset. He wants a rematch. Yes, he wants a rematch. Let's go. e4. Next game, not to lose any kind of time. Our opponent is playing the move e5. And we will be going for the Spanish opening. I like the Spanish. Spanish, of course, is one of the main openings in the world, in the chess history. If Spanish with a move bishop c5 can be played, our opponent is not playing main lines. So we have a guy here that likes to play sidelines. It has advantages and disadvantages. Advantages of sideline, you might surprise somebody, but disadvantage, it is usually not the best. So once you're playing not the best, you are often getting unpleasant positions straight from the opening, and it feels also bad. So let's go with the move c3. There is another line with knight takes e5, would be also perfectly fine. And now after the move a6, I think we can play bishop takes c6, because usually dc is the way to play for black, but now knight has to be black has to take with a knight because pawn is hanging, and we get this d4 with a tempo. He plays so quickly, I don't know why. He gives us the center like it would be nothing, but this is just a mistake. Look at that, d5, let's go. Let's give a checkmate to the guy. So now we have the center. He has the bishop pair, but I don't think bishop c8 is a very nice bishop. So yes, it is a bishop pair, but it looks like it would be better not to have the bishop pair. Next, how can we do something quickly in this position? Because black is so much squeezed, it feels like we should have something like, let's say d6 is looking nice because we force the guys to take. Maybe bishop f4, bishop takes d6, knight c3. So it is a play against the bishop on c8. The bishop is so bad. On the other hand, we have e5 with the idea d6 next. Also looks like almost a game over, because let's say e5. What to do with the black? Black has to play the move d6. There is nothing else. Then let's say we play the move e6. Take. To take on e6, I don't think it works for black. It looks like it's gonna be 1-0. So he will have to take eventually, play something like short castle. e6 is under attack. The pieces are not yet perfectly positioned, but we have the simple rook e1 idea, covering the pawn on e6. Looks better for white. This looks like a better position for white, so we have to make a choice. We have to take a decision. d6 or e5? What would you do? According to what we see, would you play e5 or would you play the move d6? Of course, there are many other good continuations, yes, of course, but just if we focus on these two options, what would you do? Would you play the move d6 or would you play the move e5? Let me know in the chat, and of course, let me know why would you do that. So it's not only that you are doing that, but why would you do that? And in case you're enjoying my comments, push, of course, the like button so we have a little bit more likes. In case you can push the like button 3 times in a row and all these 3 times are counted, you are a superstar. Okay, let's see, e5 or d6. Both is looking nice, both is possible. We have to take a decision to go for this little bit more crazy approach or to go for this very, very safe play. I don't know what is better. To be honest, I will play the move d6. It feels to me that it is for sure better. It's like 100% good move. In the move e5, I'm 99% sure that this is a good move. So 99 versus 100, I take the 100 option, because after d6, look at the bishop on c8. I mean, doesn't matter what is gonna happen next. White will be doing better, and the question is only much better, a little better. This question is already a very pleasant question to be answered. So yeah, I'm playing the move d6. Let me see in the chat. We have a split. I think we have a very, very split decision. Some are saying d6, some are saying e5. Indeed, yeah, it is difficult to guess. Maybe d6 is winning a little bit over the move e5, but yeah. Good. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. So, all right. Let me read the comments a little bit. What do we have? Do we have some questions in the chat? Or no questions yet in the chat? Yes, Vesker777. Yes, you're correct. We have, of course, a website. And we have an app for Android and Apple devices. I think it is not only for the kids, it is just for the family fun. The levels are starting with almost zero knowledge, so you're learning the chess pieces. Then you learn all the tricks, how to move the pieces. You can put this app on TV, play together with your kids. So this is what we have. And I liked this idea so much, because I think most of the people are not professional chess players or not high-level, club-level players. So most of the players want just to enjoy a little bit of chess with their family. And this is what we would like to provide. So we have the move d5, and after d5 I think we can even go with the move bishop d6. Looks very, very good, but I think there is a move that looks even better, and it's maybe to play knight on c3, because he's gonna take, we're gonna take. It looks terrible. This is just looking like a terrible position for black, in my opinion, but on the other hand, not to play bishop d6 feels also pity. To put the bishop to d6, so beautiful. It feels so good. Again, we have to take this hard decision. Two options, both are looking very good. Okay, let me go with the move bishop d6. I like this bishop so much on d6. It is too tempting. Sometimes I'm getting tempted and I just play the move because I cannot resist the temptation of putting my bishop to d6. Look at this bishop here. In case he takes the pawn, I think we're gonna play this very aggressive development of our last piece. Knight there on c3. In case black takes, we have here game over on the e-file. So bishop on d6, what a beauty. What a beauty on d6. We can support our bishop by playing even the move e5 next. So the bishop is unremovable from d6, except there is bishop on b8. But what you gonna do with the bishop on c8? Oh, playing a piece down is not a good idea in most of the cases. Welcome everyone to VChess, to our educational channel. We have also many educational endgames in the short section. Check them out in case you are just bored a little bit. The endgame section is cool because so many beautiful endgames ideas. I like them personally very much because I think it's cool. First of all, some endgame knowledge, secondary cool ideas, so you can check them out. And I started now to make the videos for members only. We have d takes e4. As I promised, I will be sacrificing the knight on f3. Knight on c3. We have to get the pieces into the game. He is not taking our knight because there would be rook e1, so now we just take the pawn on e4. And take a look at this position. Look at the bishop on c8. Oh, that's a sad story. So now we are having many ways of, I think, being between better and winning. We should start a mating attack by the feeling, because it's time to start something on the king side. We have knight on g5. We have this knight on g5. I don't know which knight to put to g5. Both is looking like a game over, so which knight to put on g5? Maybe it's a little bit more aggressive to go with the knight from the f, because we have this queen h5 idea, and of course we keep the idea of queen on b3 intact. So this looks like just a game over here. So yeah, very strong attack, and we only have the attack because of the bishop on c8. So bishop c8, rook a8, two pieces completely out of the game. To fight with two pieces down in most cases is not possible. Knight on g6, our opponent is fighting like a lion, but I don't think it's gonna be enough in this position. We should be able to win the game. Let's attack the pawn f7. How can we do that? We can do that by playing queen on d5. Nice attack. We have this queen h5. There's h6. Maybe knight takes f7 is looking also like a very good play, because I don't see a defense there. We can play first rook e1. Let's see what happens next. We can also play rook to c1, trying to capture the queen. I think our opponent, he wants to play rook on e6, so he just wants to give the rook and try to escape in this kind of exchange down position, but also to exchange and also to escape in exchange down position is everything else than easy. So how should we finish the game? Let's take a decisive decision. So we are going to win for sure. We have also queen on f3, so beautiful. Why not queen on f3? We are attacking the pawn on f7, and I don't see a way to defend the pawn. There is something like rook e7, but alright, this is not a real defense of the pawn. So I think I'm gonna play it, because I literally don't see a defense, like zero defense. Maybe he wants to play f6, but we can even takes the rook. So many options of winning the current position. Too many for just one game. Too many beautiful moves. Also, we have knight takes f7, very, very beautiful. King takes, knight check, king goes back, and then queen h5. h6 is forced, we're gonna take, ag is forced. Is this a win? Maybe it's a win, it should be a win, but I like this move, queen on f3, let's go. Let's go with the move queen f3, because I don't see how he is going to defend the pawn on f7. Something like knight h8, I'm not counting as a defense, because this defense is not gonna be lasting for a long time. So next we might even play this rook e1 just to deliver a checkmate somewhere. So I think it is basically over. To fight in this position is very, very difficult. So it is between completely lost and slowly lost. So yeah, bishop got stuck there on c8. I think in case he goes f6, we might even try take on h7. It is not a must, but why not to do that? So we can also play, by the way, rook e1, beautiful move. In case he takes, we're gonna take with a knight, so we're gonna sacrifice now and give a checkmate, which is also looking like very, very good option. So it's not enough anymore to win just an exchange, because I would like to finish the game, and it looks like it is going to be game over very, very soon. All the white pieces are now in the game, all the black pieces are completely out of the game. It should be a game over in normal circumstances, except big blunder or some big error or I don't know, something like that. It should be just a game over. To save a game in this position is usually not possible. Look at this beautiful, beautiful white pieces. King is so alone on g8. We would like to bring the last piece into the game next. Now the pawn on f7 is under attack. Massive, massive play of the white pieces here on the board. Feels so beautiful. Bishop d6 is absolutely crushing the hopes of black. Black bishop on c8 cannot get back into the game. So yeah, no bishop, no rook. No bishop, no rook. Probably you will just get mated, because you are not having enough defenders. That's the way it goes. Our opponent is trying to find options to proceed here, to fight on, but it is just so difficult. And you will see maybe a beautiful move. So I think he's gonna play the move f6, because I don't think there's something else. Yes, we have the move knight h7. I do see this, knight on h7. He's gonna play rook e6. It is a... oh, rook f8, like what? Every move is a surprise. I think I'm just for fun going to bring more pieces into the game. Of course, I can take the rook anytime I like. We also have this knight takes h7, probably was a checkmate, because we give it this kind of checkmate, but let's just for fun bring the last piece into the game, because it is not a big change here. We have all the time in the world to win this position. He plays the move h6. So should we take now? Is it time to take and just to play this knight on d6 next with a win? Or should we play queen h5, keep everything as it is? And of course, this is also just a winning position. So let's make the final calculation here. I believe we just take the rook, because it is winning straight away. So we are going for this kind of straight win. Queen takes. There's nothing else that can be done by black. We're gonna play this knight on d6 with the idea of rook e8, and it is a game over. We can also take on f7, of course. Take, give a check, rook e8. This would be also game over, but knight on d6 is a simpler game over in my opinion. So we play the move knight on d6, little trick, or I would not even call it a trick. It's just a good play. So we are playing knight on d6, rook e8 is coming next. It looks like to save this game, there's no chances of saving it any longer for our opponent. So yeah, we are on a very, very good way to win the current game. In case you like this kind of attacking games, push the like button. In case you are enjoying our educational streams. And of course, participate in the chat, in the discussions. We have many good guys there. I see Mythic Man is saying Knight takes h7 earlier was there. Yeah, I agree. Mythic Man, this is also what I said. I know, I had a lot of different options of winning the game, but I like this kind of no rush wins where I have all my pieces playing. I enjoy it. So there is no rush to play the fastest winning option. It is possible to play the fastest winning option, of course, but just for fun, let's take Knight of 7, but take a look at this. Is it not just a pure joy to play positions like the current one where there's literally 0 moves for black because what to play? What is there to play? We can, let's say, attack the knight and take the knight, for example. We can give a checkmate there. What a joy to play positions like this. Black is completely paralyzed, and I think for the guy, I would just resign in his case, because there is no pleasure being under this kind of attack. Rook on e8, wow. Look at that. What a sad story, and we are only move 23. He gives us the queen. He gives us the checkmate. Okay, let's checkmate. So we are playing rook h8 and queen f5. Look at the final position. Wow. The bishop on c8, rook on b8, bishop on e7. Completely in a completely different area. And the king is alone fighting against 2 knights, queen and rook. This is a very, very sad story. Alright, let's go with the next game. And then I will be playing one of our VChess supporters here on the channel. So let's first start the game, and then I have the list. So we will be going according to the list. e4, c5. Last time we played the move e5. Let's go with the move c5. Let's go with the move knight on c6. b4. Wow. Very, very aggressive guy. There's a line with stakes, and then d4. This line is basically leading to completely equal position, the same as with the line of d5. I think d5 is actually the correct answer. And the move b4, because after d5, it's very difficult to do something for white now. In case you take, black can take, get a decent play. Black can take, get a decent play. No, sorry. Of course not CB, because the knight is hanging. So queen on d5. I made a mistake. So yeah, let's see what happens next. But at the moment we have, I think, a very, very normal position here. Crazy line b4, but these crazy lines are not so bad. It's not like it is super bad. It is more in the way that it doesn't bring any kind of advantage to white with easy play for black. He continues sacrificing his pieces, so now I'm gonna take on b4 because the knight is under attack. Our opponent is playing something insane. I would call it crazy. He decided that he's gonna sacrifice a pawn, and he sacrifices a pawn whatever happens. And this is usually a bad strategy. So as I said, in chess usually you should try to be more like water. It means you are flexible in your decisions, you're flexible in your strategies. In case you have a strategy, you should have at least 1, 2, 3 different strategies, so not focusing just on something particular. Because in case you do that, you might end up in a very, very bad position. Now our opponent said he's gonna sacrifice me the pawn on b4, whatever happens. And yeah, now we have nothing good happens to white here. Pawn up for black. I see that there is some kind of knight on d4 coming next, but this is again not very dangerous. We have the move, for example, f6 followed by the move e5, just blocking the bishop on b2. We can also play the usual developing option of knight f6. We can play this a6, knight on d4 just to take it. And also this is looking like a great position for black, so many options here. How to proceed, and I think that black is already doing better. Knight on b5 is not doing so much, but the guy is so aggressive. I think he wants to push d4 or something similar to that, because he made a decision before the game to go crazy. So this is what he's doing. He is going crazy. I will try to be solid, because he goes crazy, I be solid. Let's maybe first change this knight on b5, because it might be this kind of d4, d5 somewhere. Okay, let's take. I would like to see if he takes with a bishop or if he takes with a knight. This is question number 1 to our opponent. Are you taking with a bishop or you are taking with a knight? Next, I like this move f6 because we are getting very, very strong center. It would be also knight f6. Nothing wrong with knight f6. I could have played the move knight f6, but why not to get this kind of monster center? I don't think he can sacrifice on e5. It's too much to sacrifice on e5 because it doesn't look like there's even something direct, and it is too much. It is too much, I think, to give on e5. So we are now with this e5 f6 structure. All right, all right. Let's see what is going to happen next. We have a very good start, I think, of the current game, because our opponent took this crazy decision to give me the pawn b4 whatever happens. And this is not a good decision, so you should be flexible. This is a very, very common mistake, especially on the club level player, on the non-professional level players, that people are thinking, my strategy for this game is gonna be this and this and this and this. It is a huge mistake because you don't know what happens next. So try to adapt. Don't make just a single strategy for whatever happens. This is not working in chess, or it makes no big sense. Wow, he sacrifices. Of course, we are going to take. There is this bishop h5. I don't see the move bishop h5, but is it just a dangerous move? I don't think so. Let's say we can go queen c7, attacking the knight. The next move is knight f6, bishop on e7. I don't think there is a dangerous attack here. We can also go queen on f5, but this would make bishop g4 possible, and rook e1. So I don't like to give him this chance of playing the move rook on e1. So I will be playing the move queen on c7. Looks just so solid. I like this solid continuations. Queen cannot be attacked. Bishop d6 is coming next. To give a checkmate in this position is a very, very difficult task. I think, yes, there is some counterplay. Yes, the things are not that simple. But I think by the feeling, black should be doing here way better. So, of course, let's see how the game is going to develop. It is an interesting position. It is a position where white is having a couple of chances because there are some checks. King is at the moment here on e8, but in case we show good defense, I think we will be winning the game. The next move for black is bishop d6. I guess he's going to protect the knight by playing bishop c4, bishop h5, something like this. Bishop c4, yes. And I think now the easiest way here is to play the move bishop d6. But let's double check. We did the puzzles yesterday. We did the puzzles to improve our level of calculation. We have also the move knight on f6. Looks very, very good. Knight f7 we can take. And in case of rook e1, we can go with the move bishop on e7. And there is nothing. So knight f6 also looks like a brilliant defense. But why not to go bishop on d6? Knight goes here. Never works because we're gonna take the bishop. This is just easily winning. Queen check. This is possible. We will be playing g6, also wins the game, but I think more simple to go king f8. In case of knight g6, we just take. The bishop is again under attack, so I don't know. To play knight on f6 looks like a win to me. But white is gonna have some kind of play, rook e1, bishop e7, and then he's gonna play because he has a long diagonal. It is a win for black, but it is sort of fighting, a little bit of fighting. I think I'm gonna play the move bishop d6 because I don't see a defense. I literally don't see a defense. There is bishop takes e5 coming next, so it's very, very direct. Usually, in case we can defend in the direct way, it is the best So let's go with the move bishop d6. We still have 6 minutes on the clock. It gives us, I think, some kind of safety that we are not getting into this bullet play, which we would like to avoid. Our guy is such an active chess player, so aggressive. He wants to checkmate, but we are defending. Let's see. It's attack versus defense. Attack usually has the bonus of the attack, but we have also quite some ideas to defend here. And to be honest, I don't think I'm much better attacker than defender. I think it's more or less the same. Sometimes I manage to defend in quite strong ways. So let's see how the game is going to develop. Let me know your opinion. Is there a way you believe I will get checkmated, or you believe that we will survive here? The next game is going to be against our Viches family here, and it is, I have on the list, it is not, and then PVS, not PVS. Let me know if you are here, and in case not PVS is maybe not anymore with us, the game is going to Nick Z Do. Very spectacular account names. So first, let me know, not PVS, are you here? In case yes, please write down your account name. In case you would like to have the game, obviously. So, rook on e1 makes sense, but now we are taking the knight on e5. The idea is to change, because we have the piece more. So, very easy strategy. We are obviously taking now on e5. There is this check, and my idea was just to go away to f8. Is it a good idea? Because we have also the move g6 here. But what happens in case I go king on e8? Also, we can go the king to d8, by the way. Maybe king d8 just wins on the spot, but there's queen takes e5 in any case probably happening. But why not to play king d8? Everything is defended. In case rook takes here, we're gonna play the move knight f6. Bishop is under attack. Some chance to survive there? I don't think so, but also why not to play just king on f8? Because in case rook takes, I think knight on f6 is a game over straight away. So he has to take with a queen, but we are just a piece up. This endgame should be easily winning. This is not really a big fight there, in my opinion. So let's decide. Let's decide also g6 is by force, but I think king d8 feels like the best. I see no chances for white in this position whatsoever. This also feels like an easy win. So what would you do here? King f8 or king on d8? We have these two main options. Which one would you choose here with black? I believe both are easily winning. I don't see any kind of chance here for white. So what should I play? Which one should I do here? I think I will be playing king on d8 just in case, but I think it is not a must. King f8 also would be winning. Let me see the chat if we have not PVS here. I think he's not anymore with us. I think he's not anymore with us. So the next on the list was Nick Z. Nick Z. Nick Z, are you here? Nick Z, not yet here also. So we will have to go with number 3. Let's first wait a little bit. Maybe bishop takes. Oh, I completely blundered bishop takes. No, what is that? I completely missed bishop takes. Wow, why I don't play g6, just resignation. What a bad move by me. Terrible. Why did I do that? This is just a huge blunder by me because I saw that it's completely winning. I stopped to focus and then, yeah. Because I cannot take the rooks, there is a checkmate here on e8. What a terrible blunder by me. No. This is horrible. And actually now it's very difficult to even get somehow in the game because now we are just lost, I think. Now position is just completely lost, or do we still have some chances to fight in the current position? Maybe... no, it is correct, it is correct. No, wait. I'm just confusing myself. Of course, it is all good, because we had 2 pieces more. No. It is all okay. I completely... I irritated myself, because I thought I just missed, but I think 2 pieces, 1 piece, how many pieces? No, everything is fine. Everything is under control, yes. This bishop g8, of course, made no sense. That's why I've been not thinking about it. Because we have 2 extra pieces. Okay, now we will be left with an extra piece. Let's win the game. And that's it. So, how can we win the game? We should can take. This is better. And we can take first here with a check. The king goes there. Looks also better. We have this bishop f5 move. We have the g6 move. It would be very good to change the queens, but how to do that? Maybe we go with the move bishop g4, but it looks a little bit risky, because the idea is to get there, this kind of... So, we have to play a move, otherwise I will be running down very, very low on time. So, let's play something. What should we play here? Maybe actually not so easily winning. It looks like very easily winning, but maybe it is not. Okay, let's take. Let's just take, because it feels... alright, it cannot be a bad play just to take. So, he is gonna take, this is obvious. Let's play this bishop on d7, because we have to get out the pieces. Next, we will try to get out with the queen, and then it is game over. So, in case I manage to get out with the rook from a8, it is just over. He has still a little bit of compensation here, but it is not much. So, the position is a winning position for black. Just we have to be a little bit cautious here. And how to be cautious in this position, by the way. I think this is alright. We have to get the king out. If we get the king out, it is a game over. We have a problem here that I played so slow that the time, there is not so much time, but the rest is fine. So let's go here. Should we? He attacks the bishop. I'm playing... Let's go here, because in case he attacks, I have this move. So we are attacking the rook, we get out with the king. Once we get out with the king, or we get out with the rook, or we change one pair of rooks, it is a game over, so... We should be just in time to do that, and it's gonna be... That's it. Let's see if we are in time. By feeling we should be quite in time. Also, the first rank of our opponent is not doing too well. This helps us. We just need 2 moves and that's it, or 1 move and that's it. So, or king c7 next. So we have different options here. How to exit. Now queen f7 is what I wanted. We are attacking the rook on d5. Next is rook e8. So in case we get the rook e8, I think it is game over. Let's see. Can we... There's a check. Quite unpleasant, by the way. I go here, he goes here. How to defend the bishop? Rook e8, he takes. Wow. Okay, he didn't do that, but still, there's this check here. Very, very unpleasant check. How to defend against this check? I think I should go here. And next is gonna be bishop c6. So we are so close to win the game, because with the bishop on c6, this position should be winning. I think he could have gave a check there, but he didn't do that. I'm not sure how the game would be there. Too little time on the clock to think. So I'm just playing now the moves. I don't know if this is a winning position for black. For sure, we are doing better, but the question is it always a win or it is not a win? Very, very difficult question to answer. We have so little time on the clock. I will try to win the game, but it is not 100%. Wow, beautiful move. But now we play king on b8. He wanted to eat our queen. And next, we are so close already to defend the game. I think... No. Where should we go now? Bishop here, I think. We are so close to win the game. Just the time. So little time on the clock. The rest is very, very good here. Queen c7. He changes the queens, so yeah. Enough time to win the game. This is a question. So now we are changing the rooks. Let's go where we go. I'm so slow. We should just make no big blunder. Oh, I did a big blunder, rook h5. This is unreal. Why do I blunder that? Let's see who is faster now. Who is quicker? He is faster, but what a terrible, I mean, piece up position, come on. But he is also so fast. Look at the speed of the guy. This is just such a quick player. Amazing. So, yeah, we are losing on time. This is pity. Such a winning position, and we are losing on time with a piece up. Wow. Okay, the guy is also ultra fast. Look at the speed of his play, but yeah, to lose this piece up position is a joke, of course. So take a look at that. I mean, just a piece up. Also, the pawn on a2 is hanging 33 seconds. I would have lost the game because the guy is so ultra fast. Look at this. He's playing like within a second. And also here, yeah, I mean, the speed of the guy is unreal. But of course, piece up should be a very, very easy win. To lose with a piece up, that's pity. That's pity. Okay, what to do? What to do? Sometimes we are losing games, but this game, of course, I should have never lost. This is so easily winning position. What to do? What to do? All right, let's go with the next game. Against our friends here from VChess channel. We have Naruto here. Naruto, are you here? Let me know if Naruto is here. It's next on the list. Maybe Naruto is in the chat. In case Naruto is not in the chat, maybe Max is also here. Max Burkhardt. In case you are here, please let me know. Max is here? No, not yet. Ah, Naruto is here. Ah, yeah, Naruto is here. Naruto, alright, please give me a challenge, 10-minute rapid game. And of course, let us know what is your account name, Naruto. And let's go. Let's go in a rapid game. Let's see. Let's see how good Naruto is. Let's test. Hadi saying there is a 10-second delay. Yeah, that's possible. That's possible. Sometimes there's a delay in the transmission. This is sometimes what is happening. In any case, in case you're enjoying my comments and you're enjoying the games we're playing here, this educational games, please click the like button and subscribe in case you are not yet a subscriber. So we have Naruto. I think Naruto 4X is the real Naruto. Naruto 4X. Yeah, Naruto 4X. All right. Naruto 4X is a Naruto? Because there are many challenges, so I'm not sure. Naruto 4X is the real Naruto? Where is the Naruto stuff? Alright, Naruto, yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Please, in the chat, big... What is that? This is not normal chess. Naruto, what are we playing? Why do you play 960? Naruto likes to play 960 game. Naruto, please challenge me in normal chess, yeah. Second try for Naruto to challenge in a normal 10-minute rapid. Chess 960 is funny, but it is just crazy. So it is too crazy because too difficult, I think. Chess 960 is only for very high level players. Because for a normal guy to play 960, it would be like let's play soccer with, I don't know, 25 balls simultaneously or things like that. So it is so difficult. So, warm cheering for Naruto in the chat, please. Let's go. Naruto is playing the Sicilian defense. We are playing Knight-off. It is the Knight-off. And let's go with the move Bishop E3, one of the main lines of the Knight-off. I would say it is the Bishop E3 line. E6, E5 is the other main continuation here. After E6, we have very wide choice of different options here for white, for black, etc, etc. Let's go with the very main. It is a move F3 with the idea of playing queen on D2 and the long castle, followed by the move G4. There are again many different move orders here. Queen on D2 first, G4 first, etc, etc. We play the very classical. This is called the Scheveningen lines. So it is not anymore the Knight-off, it is the Scheveningen. Why it is Scheveningen? Because usually positions with the pawn on E5 are called the Knight-off, and positions with the E6 pawn are called the Scheveningen. Alright, so in most of the cases with black, the better move order is the B5 first, and only after to play the move Knight on D7. Why is it so? Because now the B5 move is very dangerous. Knight on C6 could be played next, and this means quite a problem for black. That's why first B5, Bishop B7, then Knight on D7 in most of the cases. Again, it is not always, yeah, in Sicilian nothing is 100%, there are many exceptions, but these are the basic rules. Okay. In 960, Naruto has a higher chance of winning. It is actually completely the opposite. You have the highest chance to win against much higher opponent in normal chess. In 960, the difference in level plays a much bigger role. So, in case you think about probabilities, let's say, in case you are 2000 player, can you beat a GM? No, you cannot. Out of 1 million games, you will not score even 1 point. So this is too low. In case we go for the level of 2-2, 2-3, this is a moment when sometimes you're already winning games against GMs, but it's quite a rare occasion. So let's say if you are 2-3, so you're a FIDE master, you are playing against a grandmaster. Out of 10 games, what would be the score Okay, in case you make 2 out of 10, this is excellent. So 2-8, this would be a score for 2-3. And in case you're a 2-2 player, you would score approximately 1 out of 10. So this is something like that. In Fischer Random, it would be almost 0. Because you have no chance to make a draw out of theory. You have no chance of getting some kind of position that you know. So 960 make it easier for the better player. Queen on c7. Let's go back to our game. Idea is to play the move b5. This is of course correct. My idea is to play this h4 g5 next. My mouse. What happened to my mouse? So h4 g5. This is my idea for white. Against the move b5 b4. We have different options to react against it. We can not react at all. So we get this b4. We'll be moving the knight back. This is alright. And we have the option of playing the move a3 because I think we don't need it. So let's go with a very, very aggressive approach. Immediately playing the move h4, followed by bishop h3 and g5. This is the usual play by white here, or we play first this kind of king b1 or a3. So we have the usual ideas. I don't know what is the best idea here. I will be playing the move bishop h3 because now the g5 idea is very, very strong. We are still in pretty normal Scheveningen. Just the move order chosen by Naruto is not the best. Except that, at the moment, very, very normal playing. So, yeah. Nothing spectacular is happening currently on the chessboard. Everything as usual. We are developing the pieces. I'm developing. Black is developing. I would like to go with g5 and g6. So this is the crucial idea. b4. Now we have to think. Knight on e2 or knight on a4. I think maybe we can try more active knight on a4. Because why not? Knight on a4, somewhere the pawn on b4 might be under attack, so we might win the pawn on b4. In case not, we will be proceeding with this g5 push, and the black's position is going to fall apart. Again, it is Sicilian, so it is move in move. It is not some kind of super deep positional stuff here. It is who is faster. White is faster or black is faster. Let's see how the game will develop for the moment. I think the idea of g5 is very, very dangerous for black. Pawn on b4 is under attack, theoretically, so maybe we're gonna take the pawn on b4. Let's see what happens next with black. There are ideas like queen a5, but I will be playing the move b3. And knight on c6 is coming next, so it's not easy. The problem in these positions is the pawn on h6. I think this makes the game of black very, very difficult because with the h7, g5 is not so powerful. But once you have the pawn on h6, g5 and g6 is getting just way too powerful. So yeah, this is very, very difficult to be defended against this. Queen on a5, knight on a4, so we will be defending the b3. There is a request in the chat to play a game of 960, but again, it is for most of the viewers just way too hard. Chess is already very, very difficult to play 960. It is super, super complex. So for GM level, it's not that complex because you know the setups. For, let's say, club level player, 960 is just so difficult. Okay, let's see what do we have here. White to play. I think we have a great idea here with white. Maybe you can suggest what I should do next, because I think we have a great way to play with the white pieces. So yeah, in case you have ideas, please write them down. My idea here is that, of course, the knight is under attack, so we will be not touching the knight, but I will be doing something else. We have idea that we've been waiting already for quite some time, and it is to play knight on c6. Look at that, because the bishop is not on b7. So we have the idea of knight on c6, attacking the queen on a5, plus the bishop on e7, and it is already almost game over here, because the knight is so powerful. We're getting the bishop, we still have the idea of g5. The whole structure of black is falling apart. So one uncareful move, knight on c5, and the game is instantly game over. Sicilian is brutal. Sicilian is absolutely brutal, because every move is just has so high value, and as better player you are, as higher value your move does have. So Sicilian, it's move in move, move in move. It looks like easy, but in fact it is so hard, because it's so direct, and one miscalculation, one error, you're just gone. I think Sicilian is one of the most brutal openings. The value of every move is just extremely high. So we have king on e7, and I will be pushing here the f, because we have a very beautiful move. Boom. What should be the move by white? I give you 30 seconds to think about the next move. We have a very beautiful solution here. I think after the next move, it is immediately a game over. Maybe we have even a couple of solutions, but just the next move is finishing the game on the spot. Try to calculate, try to find the next move by white. What should be the next move? Think about, don't rush your answers. Don't rush your answers. We have very beautiful tactics here. We have a couple of ways of winning the position, but we have an instant win. I will be playing the next move without the next 10 seconds. So last chance for you to think about the next move and to try to guess the next move. Alright, the next move is e5. Look at this beautiful push. Attacking the knight, attacking the pawn, and the knight on c5 is going to fall. So this is a decisive push now, e5 in the center. But once again, all our pieces are now in the game. Because all our pieces are in the game, we have this kind of options. This is what I'm always saying, get your pieces in the game first, and then let's see what happens next. So, e5. In case the knight goes now to d5, we have e takes d6, bishop takes c5. In case pawn takes, we're gonna take. There is no fork, knight takes b3 because we take ab. Last time I blundered this fork. This time, no fork. And in case of knight takes a4, there is e takes d6. And yeah, it is a game over, so yeah. So, seems like it is going to be now game over for Naruto. Probably Naruto is a big fan of the Japanese cartoons, seems like. Yes, it is a game over. Resignation by Naruto. There is nothing more to be done here. And of course, we had a very normal game here. Just I would suggest h6. Not the best way, because you're getting this h4 g5 push. And usually don't start with the move knight on d7 first b5. So play the move b5. You have the option of b4 immediately, get the bishop to b7, and you might play the move knight on d7 next. But don't start with the move knight on d7, because now b5 is never available, so you will have to play the move queen c7. This position is already very tricky. Black is under pressure, there's g5 coming, but you should not go b4. You should play, in my opinion, knight on b6, maybe knight on e5. I don't know where the knight is better. The idea is that after g5, you go knight on d7 back. and you hope to get this knight on c4. I think black is under pressure. I think this is not an easy position to play with black, but it is a very fighting position, so knight e5 is sort of forced with this typical idea. One knight goes here, the knight from f6 goes to d7. This is usually the way it goes. And here, of course, it is already very, very difficult because pawn on b4 is under attack. In case of knight c5, I think I can just take the pawn. So not easy. Maybe still this would be the best chance for black, just to give up the pawn on b4 and try to get active. For example, rook on b8, queen goes here. I don't know. There are many options here for black. Maybe take, maybe there's something like queen here, but we have knight c6. So by the feeling, I believe white should be doing better, but it is a huge, huge fight. Maybe this chance was better. And after queen a5, b3, knight on c6, yeah, it is just a game over. Now this e5 is coming, and there is no more defense for black here. So yeah, there is nothing to do. Anyway, Naruto, thank you very much for the game. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you take some conclusions for your next games in the Sicilian Nairov. Maybe better to call it Scheveningen, because you are not playing the e5, but you are playing the move e6. Take care, develop first b5, bishop b7, and only after the move knight bd7 in most of the cases. Obviously, not always. Sicilian is something very, very straightforward, very, very direct. Alright, so that's it for today's stream, and I hope you enjoyed my comments. Like, subscribe to VChess. I will be streaming once again in the evening today. Approximately 8 p.m. Dubai time, something like this. Join us in the evening. Yesterday we had an interesting puzzle section. You can re-watch the puzzle section, because cool puzzles first, a little bit easy, then it was very, very difficult. So we've been trying together to solve this kind of difficult puzzles, long calculations. It is not an easy topic because you have to focus like 100%. Otherwise, very, very difficult to understand something. I think Hari puzzle actually is not very relaxing because you have to stay focused so much. By watching a game, feels more easy. So yeah, not sure how relaxing are the puzzles. Good. Thank you very much again for watching. I hope to see you in the evening. Like, subscribe, as we say on VChess, one smart move at a time. So see you at the evening. Thank you and bye.